So egg pop number 1. And you've got 4 pearls in your first one. So you've got a 2-tonal pink, so you've got lighter and brighter areas there. You've got a periwinkle, a chocolate bronze, and a lemon yellow. So 2-tonal pink, periwinkle, chocolate bronze, and a lemon yellow. Egg pop number 2. 2 pearls in that one, and you've got a brighter pink and a darker, oh, he's sort of a mix between a black cherry and a burgundy red. And then your last egg pop, and you've got 2 pearls in that one, and you've got here a brighter burgundy red and then a lemon yellow. So those ones there are from your egg pops. If we then move through to your oysters, oyster number 1. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And we've got another burgundy red. So this one's a slightly different shade to the 2 that you've got previously. So again, it's sort of a middle colour. If I put it there, it's sort of in between the 2, but a burgundy red from your first oyster. Moving on to oyster number 2. Slight double pop there. And we've got a runaway. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. And you are twinning. So twinning with a 2-tonal chocolate silver and with a slight hint of olive green just there. And then a second chocolate silver. This one doesn't really have the olive green in it. So this one's got a hint of olive green, but this one is just more of a chocolate silver. So twinning with sort of multi-tonal shades there. And then moving on to your last oyster. Oh, runaway down the front, and we've got a autumn peach. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so Nikki, let me just go through all of these shades for you again. This autumn peach here is slightly 2-tonal. So you can see the lighter and brighter areas. So we've got a 2-tonal pink, periwinkle, a chocolate, and then a lemon yellow. You've then got a bright pink and a black cherry, another lemon yellow, and a brighter burgundy red, and then burgundy red, twinning chocolates, olive silvers, and two-tonal autumn peach. What do you think to all of these, Nikki? If you're happy with these colours, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. So I'll run them through the board and then just let me know, shout out whenever you know. So the two-tonal pink at the top is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Periwinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Chocolate Bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And the Lemon Yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5 as well. The second pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the darker Black Cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The Lemon Yellow at the bottom is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Brighter Red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then the Burgundy from the Oyster is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's not an 8.5, which means twin number 1 is a 9. You are in the 9 club with twin number 1. Let me just measure twin number 2. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. Okay, so he's an 8.5. And then the Autumn Peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So if you would like to keep the first twin, so I'm just reaching a badge for you. You get to keep a badge as well. If you want to swap it, then of course you can. Just means that you don't get to keep the badge. But you are in the 9 club. Now I did see that you just said about swaps. Ah, there we go. So you'd like to swap the 2 pinks for periwinkles and the add with the 3rd from the opening for the set. Oh, yes, of course. That's perfect. Now, the one there is slightly more bluey. Possibly more Smurf blue, but to me he looked more periwinkle. So let me just, where's the blues? Oh, maybe it was more of a Smurfy blue. I apologise. It looked more periwinkle. Didn't it, in the lighting? I mean, in that lighting there, it looks more periwinkle. But I suppose when it's next to the periwinkle, you can see more of the blue. So what would you like to do? Would you like to have 3 periwinkles for the set anyway and keep your Smurf blue for the tooth? Let me just scroll up to make sure I'm not missing anything from you.